Hey guys, Ryan Irwin here with you with NaturalIowaMuscle.com, and wanted to talk to you a little bit about what to do prior to shoulder surgery. I had my shoulder operated on last October, so about 9 months ago. I'm finally putting this thing together because I wanted to make sure I did it for everybody else out there who's going to have shoulder surgery and have asked me, hey, what should I do in advance? My shoulder, I had just a quick overview of it, had a torn rotator cuff, supraspinatus to be specific. It was a full tear. They sewed it up, put an anchor in, shaved off some bone. Really pleased with it. Dr. Kyle Gallus did it from Iowa Ortho, and I can't say enough. It's pretty much back to normal, continuing to improve it. So, but what I want to talk about here is what to do in advance. So right now, this is when you've got your surgery scheduled and you're getting things in ready for that time. So first thing you want to focus on is projects. Get your projects done that you've been meaning to work on. You know, hanging up that picture, you know, transplanting that tree, finishing your deck, painting that wall, whatever it is, because A, you're not going to want to do anything, and B, you're really not going to be able to do anything for probably at least, you know, 6 to 8 weeks at least. Okay, so get your projects done that you've been putting off. Second thing is get a recliner. I did not have a recliner. Sleeping is probably the worst part of this besides the pain, but the sleeping is the worst because you're just not going to be comfortable. So if you can get a recliner, you know, you lean back, put your ice on your shoulder and sleep as best as you can. So either, you know, borrow one, you know, buy one, whatever, just get a recliner. It'll make your life a lot easier. Next is transportation. Get some transportation lined up. Okay, for the first week after your surgery, you're not going to be able to drive. You're not going to want to, and you really shouldn't. You'll be drugged up. You'll be in pain. You won't do it. And really, you shouldn't drive until after you're off narcotics. Okay, that was what I did. I got off all pain meds, including Tylenol, until I got behind the wheel. Doctor still didn't really want me to drive because, you know, if you're in some situation and you have to take evasive action, you know, your instincts set in and you're going to probably jerk on that arm that you had operated on. So if you're behind the wheel, you can't control some of that. So that's the thing that you got to be careful of, and you'll have to do that at your own risk when you feel it's ready. But for sure, that first week to 2 weeks, get a driver lined up. You're not going to drive. I wrote recliner twice. I must have thought it was really important. Next is mowing or shoveling, okay? Depending on what time of the year it is, you're either going to need to have somebody mow your lawn or shovel your driveway. Things like walking your dog, just things where you're outside doing things, being physical, you're not going to be able to do. I thought I was pretty recovered. I was taking my dog for a walk, pooped on the sidewalk like dogs do. I went to pick it up and he started pulling on the leash with my other hand that I had my surgery on. Didn't hurt, but it didn't damage anything. It did hurt, but that was just a bad idea. So anyway, get that stuff lined up in advance. Clothes, okay? Get clothes that either have a zipper or a button down the front, okay? You're not going to be able to pull a shirt on or even get your arm in that position, okay? So if you've got something that you can shimmy on and just button, that's going to be the best thing. You might even, for the first week or two, you know, keep your arm in right closed and just pull the shirt over it just like that. So getting clothes with a zipper or a button will be very beneficial. Okay, those are things to do before your surgery. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about after you've had your surgery, what things you need to do. The first thing is movies or books. Okay, you're going to need to find something to do to keep you busy. Movies, especially books. You know, that first week you probably won't want to focus on anything like that. So something that's, you know, easy to concentrate on, that you don't have to focus too hard on. Movies and books. Easy food to eat, things that, you know, you don't have to use your hands a lot of, kind of like grab and go. Foods that you don't have to cook per se, you know, that are easy to eat, that you can eat with one hand, okay? Things down, putting things down, getting them down to waist height so you don't have to reach for them, okay? Certainly, you've got one hand that's free, but you're not going to be able to lift something heavy, and you'd be surprised how many things you need both hands for, okay? A plate or a bowl, you need both hands probably. Those things, get it all right there at waist level so it's easy to access, okay? Pumps. things like shampoo, things like soap. You know, you want to have pump dispensers. You know, if you're going to have something to drink, you know, you don't going to have a big old 2-gallon thing of something, you know, have it in smaller containers. So make it easy to handle, okay? Something real quick to add on that is deodorant. When you're taking a shower, you know, it's going to be stinky. I'm just saying, it's going to stink because you can't get underneath that arm cleaned out very well for a while. Get some spray deodorant or some very good stick stuff that's not the hard powdery stuff, but the more of the gel, so that way you can give yourself some deodorant. Okay, ice and cold packs. Get lots of ice and cold packs so you can alternate. You know, sometimes I want the soft cold pack that kind of adheres and shapes to my shoulder. Sometimes I want the ice. The ice was more intense for me, but if I really had pain, the ice would help that more, but it just wasn't as comfortable as far as staying on my shoulder very nicely. So get plenty of those so you can keep alternating. Listen, I mean by listen to the doctor, listen to your physical therapist, you know, do what they tell you to do, because that's going to help make sure you recover the best you can, especially physical therapy. You know, make sure you're listening to your therapist, do what they have you do outside of the office. You know, when you're at home, do your stretches, do your mobility, do your little exercises, keep to it. You know, hit those things like you would your training normally. So make sure you listen to your doctor and also your therapist. Take it slow, okay? I'm a competitive power lifter, I'm a bodybuilder. You know, I love lifting heavy things, and I love seeing progress, and I love to push myself, but I promise you, you want to take this slow, because you'll feel better than you really are, and then you'll get hurt, and then you'll take a step back. So take it slow. And something I think helps with that is measure your progress. You know, my physical therapist, she would measure my range of motion, you know, see what degrees I can move it. You know, you start off with the little 1-pound weights, and then you go up to 2-pound weights and 3-pound weights, you know, all those things. Those little things that you can tell when you're getting better, improving, that's encouraging and lets you know that you're making progress. And that also helps you not overdo it, because you know that, hey, you're getting better, and that's progress forward. So anyway, I hope some of these things are helpful for you. I know they're things that made a difference in me, or I think they would have made a difference for me. But certainly if you have any questions, you can go to my website, naturaliowamuscle.com. There's a contact me spot there, so feel free to email me other questions. But again, you know, get it done, you know, identify the issues, take care of it, and get on with your life. So thanks for checking in.